Okay, so good morning and again welcome back in today's class. We are on the day number 7 of our class of ITSM batch 2. So yesterday we discussed about or we started discussion about
Well, I
this
think it is day number 6.
day number
But
7.
one day we there was a holiday.
Today's Wednesday. Practically should be 8, but we have off, so it's a day number 7.
Day
Okay.
number 7, right?
Thank you. Okay. Okay. So we were here. Okay. So yesterday we discussed about the CMDB. Okay. Even though we cannot go much in the depth of CMDB because this is a very high level, we have to be discuss it here. Okay. We see yesterday that from where a, a data or a CI can be generated. And then we see about the CI classes, class manager, and the table structure. Now the point is that why in the CMDB or why the CMDB is important for us. What is the purpose? What you want to drive a value from the CMDB? See, if you notice this thing, let me come back here in my instance. Generally, I gave this example in the training. Okay, let's say Anthony is staying with his family, kid and wife, 2 kids and wife. Kids are good in the age now. One is on the 14th or 15th year and one is on 12th or 13th year. Okay. Anthony father came at Anthony home. Like parents came to us and told to Anthony, hey Anthony, your house is little old now. Let's plan to paint it this, renovate this little bit, whitewash it. Anthony says to father, yes, dad, you are very right, because you know what I'm thinking. Then next day, Anthony father go to the shop, inquiry about the whitewash for the 3-bedroom house. It will charge more than like or near about like 2 lakh rupees, and it will take 15 to 20 days. Okay, his father came back at the time of the dinner. He talked to Anthony and say, hey Anthony, I got it some codes and they are saying it will take 2 weeks to 20 days approximately, and it will cost 2 lakh rupees. Anthony says, Dad, let me discuss with my wife as well, because definitely we need to take some decisions very carefully. Okay. Anthony discussed with his wife, and his wife said, no, we can't go for the renovation now. Why? Number one reason. This is the month of March, and Anthony's wife is working in a bank. So she has a closing years, right? So she cannot take off, number one. She cannot come early, number two. And she may need to be stretched her day as well because of the closing days. Good. Number two, her means Anthony's kids have exams. One kid exam is starting from the next week, and one is after 10 days. And it will continue for another 15 days. Anthony check his schedule as well. And he say, oh my God, I have to be travel as well. I have some travel plans. I have some transition plans. So I need little time to be focused on the office. And ultimately he come and he says to no to his father. Now, did you notice that how a whitewash work is going to be impact to the kids? Because if whitewash will start it, home need to be rearranged, things need to be rearranged, which required effort and time from both of you, Anthony and his wife. If Anthony and wife is busy in that part, it's going to impact their office work. It is going to be impact to the students or the kids study as well because they have exams. The same thing we do in the CI. But at the one place, his father said, I can take everything. But Anthony said, no, dad, you need some help, you need some support as well, because it's a lot of things to have to be doing in the house, doing the whitewash. So complete answer is no. Now the thing is that how this much evaluation has been done. That is the main point. How this much evaluation has been done. In ServiceNow as well, we do this thing. In ServiceNow as well, we do this thing, and that is called the CMDB, or sorry, this is called a CI relationship. That if I make a change on one CI, let's say this one. If I make a change on this CI, how it is going to be impact my complete structure. My complete structure. And that is called the dependency graph. If you click on this, you can see a dependency graph like this. This is a very, very small one. So if I'm going to be raise a change on this, and due to any reason change get failed, it can impact my this server as well. It will impact my this server as well. This is what they call the relationship. Okay, now if I let me take some, okay, it's already in the SS state, so it will not move. Let me create a new change, or let me open the and open a computer CI. Now the question comes how this relationship get built. For that you need to get the information from the customer. So if you see here, even okay, let me try to build a relationship. I'm just building a relationship with any other thing so that we can show that how this thing is working together. Okay. Let's add this. Let me change the type used by just a small building. So this thing which I'm building it now, this information need to be get from the customer. Okay, tell me how this CI, how this server is connected with each of us, each of other server. What type of relationship it has. Now if I click on the plus and I click on the save it so that I can show you that what we have done now. So now if you scroll down, this is the relationship has been created. Now if you raise a change on any of the CI, you will be able to see the complete structure. So if I open this dependency graph, now you can see. If anyone going to be raise a change or anyone raise an incident on this CI, it means it's going to be impact on this as well. Relationship under this is called the downward relationship. Relationship above this is called the upward relationship. In ServiceNow, this graph play a very vital role. Very vital role. This is a very small example. Let me show you an example of on the Google. See a relationship. I show you the very complex one so that you can understand that how companies are managing this. See this. Still easy to understand. Like this one. This is for the classes. Like this one. Now see. Even though this is for the CSDM, not the CMDB, but something similar will become here. So it is important for us as a consultant to ask the customer that tell me what relationship you have so that I can build the relationship. So it means if I give a normal example that I want to create a relationship between server and the services. Like I have a business service, I want to build a relationship with the server. So I need minimum 3 transform map. One to bring the service detail in ServiceNow. Second, to bring the server detail in ServiceNow. And third, to build a relationship between these two. And what type of relationship we have, you can see here. Let me show here. Sorry, not this one, plus icon. If you see, depends on, used by, means this is a child. If you want to understand now, you can see this one, that what is parent and what is child, so that you can understand that what type of relationship it has. And ServiceNow provide the suggested relationship for every class. If you are raising or if you're creating a what I can say, building a relationship on the server class, then the relationship can be different. If you're building what I this thing, building a relationship on the database, then it can be different. So this list is a different list for every type of class. Okay, so if you scroll down a little bit more, maybe I can show you like this. And if you change the type of relationship, you see the look filter also getting changed. This is what the thing which ServiceNow provide. ServiceNow say, okay, you can do like this as well. You can do like this as well. Let me do page number 100 and add more. And click on the add. So now you can see this is distributed by distributes. So as a consultant, my work is to get this relationship from the customer, but make sure the relationship exists properly. The relationship should be correct.
So Atul, you said you need 3 things to build the relationship. What are those?
Three things. Yes, 3 things means if you are building a relationship of the service and the server. First, you get the service data in the service now. You need one transfer map. Second, you need to get the server detail in the service now. You need another transfer map. And third transfer map, you need to build this relationship. Because it's a data, right? Right, Anthony? So to bring the data, you have to do, so to build a relationship, we have to do three transfer map, 3 time of data input in service now. One for the parent, one for the child, and one for the builder relationship. And this relationship stored in the table called CMDB rel underscore ci dot list, if I'm not wrong. No, acha. Rel underscore CMDB underscore CMDB underscore ci dot rel dot list. RL stands for the relationship. For what? To be see what is the table and let me check. CMDB relationship table name. What is the table name? It's CMDB REL, or I'm missing out something. this is what we are talking. So multiple things you can see. CMDB RLCI, earlier it was correct. So CMDB REL underscore CI dot. Why it's not? It's working. Okay. So by this way we can create it. I'll open it from this part so that you can see. Come here, copy. AST. Now you can see. So here you can see parent, what type of relationship it has and with whom it has a relationship. So if I do a group by here, just to show you that what type of relationship we have as of now. So we have these one relationship in service now. Means it's like, as I give example yesterday, when a child take a birth, quickly people start breaking relationship. Quickly. This is what it's here. Child is not aware, but we as an adult aware of all these things. He's my mama, he's my chachi, his uncle, his auntie, and all the things will be there.
Atul, Anthony here. So to have this, we need to have a proper blueprint, right? Before it goes into the CMDB.
Yes,
We need to have
definitely.
somewhere in Excel, as a backup
Yes.
data.
Not as a backup data, but you need to get the data in the Excel sheet first. You can share this format with your customer. Hey, I need this thing. I need parent class, I need type, I need child.
So the respective service owners should populate this data completely, whatever they have, whether it is a server or database, and they have
Practically, if I say na, service owner don't have this much idea because he's on the very high level designation or high level position, right? This data is provided by mainly the people who work day in, day out, like a technical teams, they provide it. Service owner give us stamping, yes, data is there, we can provide this thing to you.
Atul, I have a quick question to you
Sure.
on this. So how will we recognize and come to know if the customer has provided a data, and how will define that it is a downward relationship or upward relationship, and which can be parent or which can be child, right?
Okay.
If I get a data from the customer in an Excel template, for example, right? But the thing is that to define in the tool, I should know, right, in the what is upward or what is downward, and child and parent.
Practically, if I say by seeing this, it is not easy to be tell, but you can see that it is a parent, it is a child. When this go in the database, when it go in the service now, then it generate a format like this dependency view. Then you come to know, because it is not mentioned anywhere. It is a downward or upward. Let me see. Do we have any option here? No. It is nothing to say that it is a downward or upward. So there's no way to see that it is down or up. But when you put this data in the service now, and then you go and open the dependency view, then you're able to see this part and show, okay, is it fine? Yes, it is fine. Or second part, by your experience, you came to know that a computer class cannot be a child for anybody else. It always be parent and server will be a child for the same. So it is again from experience issue. Like I know that this is a computer class, right? And I know this is a server class. How this possible? Computer is always on the top, server is always on the down. So it means it is wrong data. And 200, 300 lines you can still record, you can still check in the Excel sheet. But if it is in million, you cannot check. That is when we always say giving the data and correct data, accurate data, it's customer responsibility, not my responsibility. I can verify on the high level side, but once the data go in the service now, then we are able to see that how it's look like. So I give example like if you know that how the baking happen. When the raw material is, because my wife is baker, so I know. When she collect everything, like put the recipe things, curd and all the things will be there. It's look like what she's making. But when she put that stuff in the oven and after 30 minutes, 20 minutes, it get baked and come outside. It become, or it's look like so yummy. So tasty when we taste it. This is what the same thing happen here. She know that what she's doing, how to mix it everything, and how to put in the oven or the microwave. But we as a end user, we have no idea. My work is to get all the things for her. She said, I need these things. Okay, I'll go to market and bring it for you. The same thing. We ask customer, okay, give me the data. They give me they ask the data, they give it to me. And if you are expert, you can have a look. Okay. Like she's expert, so she said, no, this material will not work. Please go and get it changed. Same thing we do. Then she mix it, make it as a material, put in the microwave, bake it, and become like eatable stuff. Before that, it was not eatable. So same thing happened here. When you put the data in service now and see this dependency, only then you were able to see that how it's look like. Is it right data or not? So is the right relationship or not? But by seeing the Excel sheet, it is very tough until you know all the relationship on your tips, that how it will look like or what type of relationship we can build on the what classes. Clear, Ishwar? Yeah.
So these kind of relationships, when we put into service now, when before it goes to production, architect person designed this thing, or like we
Okay.
also do this
So our work is to share the Excel sheet with them. But before it go to production, it will go in the dev instance. It will get verified by the customer. All the data looks good or not. Or not in the dev by the customer, but we move the data in the test environment and see, okay, go and test it. What you're looking for, you're getting or not. Maybe they say, no, relationships are completely wrong. Then we can say, boss, you gave to us relationship. We did not provide a relationship. Please correct the data.
Okay, so this will be done. The most of the information the client will provide us, that we want like this, and we will just give them this.
See, when we talk about data, now everything provided by customer only.
Okay.
Very simple example. Let's say it's your wife's birthday. Okay. And you want to book a cake.
Yep.
Will you ask to the shopkeeper, hey, book a cake or book any cake, or you will tell, I need one chocolate flavor, written this name on the top. I should have this thing on the side. Can you cover like this? Can you make this color for this one? Can you make the design? It's you, right? Not he, he or she.
Yes.
The same thing. If you as a customer say, I need these things, I will do it. If I have a capability, I have a capacity, or my tool permit.
Okay.
Right? So the same thing. After making it, if you say, no, I don't like it, but you order the same thing. I show you the copy as well. See, it's look like this. You said, okay, I proceed. Now you have to pay for this one. I can do it rework for you, but you have to pay for this one.
Right.
Right. So this is what we need to understand. Okay. And this is the importance of the relationship in the CMDB. To find out that if I'm making a change on this CI, I'm making change on this service, I'm making change on this service, how it's going to be impact. And in the CMDB, or if you see any CI here, let me come back here. If you see in the CI, you have a lot of fields to whom it has been assigned, who is managing, who is supporting this particular CI. So these fields like managed by, support by, on by, These are the fields which has been used during the change management approval when we're raising a change. So like before I go for a shopping specifically to get the bakery items, the baking items for my wife, I confirm everything. You need this thing for this brand. 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 I am taking approval from her because it's I don't want to be go for the rework. Also, if I reach at the shop at the superstore, I call her on a video call. Hey, I'm getting confused. This brand or this brand? Because she is the right person to give me the right decision. But if it's like need to bring something as like snacks or something, I don't call her. I just go and get it as my own wish because that is not going to be impact. But if I put the wrong data, my whole CMDB, my whole structure will be messed up now. So it is very important to be understand that how these things work, how this thing design, because CMDB is the heart of the industry. You put a wrong value, you put a wrong CI, your complete structure will be go down. Your complete process will be go down. Okay. Now the next part. The next part is what roles are required to work on in the CMDB. Now, maybe you know, or maybe you have idea that ITIL is the rule which can help a user to do the work in ServiceNow. ITIL rule means a fulfiller rule, in the short, if I can say. But this is not true. Every module has its own specific rules as well. And when we say rule, these are nothing but these are the license. But to make it a readable, make it as easy to understand, in ServiceNow world, we call this as the role. Okay. In ServiceNow, this role play a very vital role. If you don't have a right rules, you're not able to see a lot of options here. Like I can see, right? Because I'm an admin of this particular instance. I have a lot of options to be see here. In the same manner, we have a role for the CMDB, we have a role for the CSDM, we have a role for the incident, change, problem, request, knowledge. For almost all modules, we have specific rules. Now let's come here and see what roles are available. And those come under the user table here. Okay. Now on the high level, we can say CMDB. Just put asterisk. Okay. These are the important rule which related to the CMDB. These are too many roles. Okay, but we are talking about mainly for these CMDB read role, eCMDB admin, CMDB admin, CMDB editor. Okay, this one. CMDB user. Read means you only and only can read it, not delete, not update, no write. Let me come back here and tell you one more thing important. Why we are discussing this role part? I don't want that Anuj, Anthony, Khalida or Ishwar should send any unauthenticated message in my group. So I make my group only read only. You can see the messages, you can go for the search, you can check the images, you can check the videos, but you cannot write anything in my group. There are the cases, there are the users. I don't want to give them access They can update. They can read it. That's fine. Like my kid. Can I read your book? Okay. Can I use your notebook? You want to just play with that, you can take it. But if you want to write, sorry, it's my notebook. I cannot give you the further writing. This is what this rule says. CMDB, who manages everything. So when we say I'm a like read rule means I can read everything in the CMDB perspective. I'm not talking about anything, any other module. No incident, no change, no problem request. No, I'm not talking about this. I'm just talking from the CMDB perspective. If a user has a eCMDB role, eCMDB admin, he can do read and he can do write part as well. Okay, then the CMDB manager, basically not eCMDB is not the right one. It basically for subscribe or unsubscribe and only do the read role. Nothing else it can do. So this role, these are the both same, but in this I can do everything. Sorry, everything means I'm getting confused. No, these two roles are almost similar. One is for the read and one is mainly for the subscribe, but this is for the enterprise level. This is for the hierarchy level. This is the role which is important. CMDB admin role.
Atul, what is enterprise level?
Enterprise basically when you how I can say enterprise, yeah. Okay, I'll come back. Let me find out some example to understand this part basically. Okay. Enterprise, we called it as a on the complete company level. When we say like there are some products in service now, there are some products available which is on the enterprise things. Like now someone says that can you use the Gen AI or the Now Assist in service now? On the PDI it is not available, but on the enterprise means on the broader level it is available, but with the limited set of customers. So
understood, Atul. Even in the customer website also we have something like this.
Correct. So it is the word, if I say, easy to understand, but practically if you go, it's have a very broader sense on that particular part. Okay. Now CMDB admin. This is the person, this is the role. If you give to anybody, he can do anything. Even he can delete the records as well from the CI. This user can delete the records from the CI. Very carefully, we have to give these rights. It can modify the relationship. It can do anything. See, highest level of role. This. So this role we should not give to everybody. This is available only for the person or the user who is going to play a role of the configuration manager. Then editor. CURD access to CMDB record, but not allowed to change policies at determinant data class. CURD means create, read, update and delete, but not on the change policies or the other things. Small things you can do, but not on the broader level or not in the change policy level. User who just see the CMDB, including reports and the dashboard. This person cannot use the report and dashboard, but this person can use or see the report and that dashboard here. Okay, this is important because this is the first time you are hearing about the roles in this session. Going forward, every module must has its own role, and we're going to be discussing. So this question come to Anthony, you when you go for the transition. Hey Anthony, in my team I have 5 people. One is configuration manager, and rest are the configuration member. I don't want they can make any changes in the CMDB. What role you would give them? This is what will help you, Anthony, to identify that what role they should give. Shall I give the CMDB read? Shall I give the eCMDB admin? Shall I give the editor or the user? What role I have to give to them?
So
Anthony will ask.
basically, we need to create a group, add the user to that group, and
Yes,
that
that's
group should be part of this one. If we are giving
that is
CMDB,
fundamental.
okay.
Don't give role to the user, create a group and then give the role. Okay, but what role need to be give? That is important. Practical part is taken care, that will be taken care by your development team. But you as a consultant need to be tell that okay, we can give the CMDB user, because they can ask about the license as well. How much it costs to me, right? And this is what the transition happened. Okay, tell me, Anthony, how many license you have, or what is the cost for license? It will happen to me, cost to me. No, I don't want this thing. No, because it's a too much license cost. I have examples where to save the license, customer change the process as well. No, I don't have a license. I don't have a license. I can't spend this much amount on the license. Please tweak this platform a little bit for me so that I can save the license cost. Okay, if you want, I can give you one role called the business stakeholder. Read about that role, that what that role do. Is it different? It is different from ITIL, but it can do a lot of work. Business stakeholder role. So being a consultant, it is required for us to be understand that what role is required to do what type of work. Okay. Now is the next part. Let me understand a little bit more on this particular things. This is the small points like dynamic CI group, principal CI class, and CMDB pain points. Practically, if I say very practically, nothing to be hide on that part. Dynamic CI group is a new functionality added by ServiceNow, which says I want to know all the servers which are located in a Alto Palo, sorry, jo bhi hai, right? I want to see all the servers which are located in the Switzerland. I want to see all the Linux server which have this configuration and located in the Canada region on the runtime. These things called the dynamic CI group. As the word indicate, dynamic means something which work on the runtime only. That is called the dynamic CI group. Okay. This the definition of this particular stuff is that this is a group of CI which has some common criteria. Right? Maybe you can say, let's say I want all the servers which are type of window and has been hosted in the US region. You can say, go to this part here, open the server and get all the things there. But I want to use this functionality to approval as well in the change approval. That is not possible. Like what you can think. Atul Windows server chahiye, go to Windows server, search here, click on the Windows and filter out. Your result will be there. But this is the manual part you are doing. I want to get approval of all these servers in my change. How this happen? Then ServiceNow introduced a concept called the dynamic CI group. This one. Dynamic CI group. What this do? This will provide me a way to get the CIs which I want for a common criteria. And then I can use this dynamic CI group to in my change process. Practically, if I say it is not dynamic, it's not dynamic because you already have built your queries. but you can use that query on the runtime, so it becomes dynamic CI group.
What would be the accurate definition, if you can say that again?
Okay, so dynamic CI group is a grouping of the configuration items which has or which based on some common criteria. Like example, I say I want to see all the web servers or I want to see all the Windows servers for a particular location called US or the Canada. I'll give an example to understand a little bit more on that particular part. Okay, I am a change manager. Okay, and I receive a change which they're going to be implement on the Windows server situated in Canada. Okay, let's take that example. Now, when the change came to me for the review, I saw that, oh, this is a server which is critical in the nature. I am not in the position to approve that because it must be approved by all the servers which are located, or the servers owners which are located in that region, because if this go down, it will has a huge impact on the country level. In this case, how I can get all the servers owner? Either I'll go here, click on the Windows server, see the server details of the location Canada, filter out, copy the server owner, go to the change, manually add everybody. Maybe 100 I have to be add. Time taking. And this is only one change I'm talking. So ServiceNow say, if you have this type of query, why not you create the dynamic CI group? Means you know that in your business you are getting these type of queries very frequently. Prepare a query in the backend first, and then call that query, and your work will be done. So that is the reason they call it as a dynamic CI group. But if you ask me as a practical, as Atul as a practical, it's not a dynamic CI group. For me, dynamic means which happen on the runtime. Like we are going for a party and someone says, hey, I need to get some flowers or some maybe bouquet for my friend. This is the runtime because it was not planned, but you still need, and you stop the car and you take it. That is a dynamic one. But just to make it a little bit more good, they call it a dynamic CI group so that you can call this query on the runtime in your change. So you can, or we can create a dynamic CI group here. Like this. If I say servers LNG, most critical. It's getting a new service. Who owned by? This is owned by, let's say, means who owning this particular, what I can say, this dynamic group. Operation status, operational, and click on the save. And then if you go down, you have to create the CMDB group here. So to do this part, first we have to create the CMDB group, and then we have to add that group in the dynamic group. So what I can say, CMDB groups. Like this, they have a CMDB groups already, like say for the servers. Group of server class used in CI overview CMDB workspaces. They have created a call. So now what will happen in the change when we are building it, this thing in the change, I will call this group. This group will call, or this particular dynamic CI group will call CMDB group, which is coming from here. And here they have a saved query. So like they have these many queries. If it's the AX server, then it will go run this query and get me result. If HPX server, Linux server, CI server, Solaris server, Unix server, Windows server. So they already saved the query. Now you have to just run that query and get your results. What you want, you can get it. So if you want to see all the CI related to these conditions, you can click on the here. So these many CIs are there. Class is this, operational status is this. Okay, practically if I say it is good, but as maybe we are not that much mature in the CMDB as of now, so little tough to be understood. But on the high level part, I can say if you want to do a grouping, then you can do the first you have to create a CMDB group and then call that CMDB group into this one. So let's say I'm calling it the server group and save this one. So now I'll call this in my results, and this will call the servers in the background and give me the results on that particular part. Not sure that why it's showing like this to us. Okay. And you can use this dynamic CI group either in the change, either in the problem, either in the incident as well. Anywhere you want, you can use it and you can call it very easily on that particular part. Okay. From the concept wise, little tough to be understand, but practically if you do that, because in one of my project we use this particular stuff, but not too much query. We just have a 4 or 5 queries to build our CMDB pilot on that particular part. So if you want to go a little bit more in that, you can open these groups like infrastructure gears, what they are saying. Like I want all the infrastructure like this. So they have these many queries. You can create your query, you can put in the group, and if you want, you can run it. That's very much clear. So it's like shortening or automating the work which you need to be done manually. Same thing, if I, as I say, give you an example that I need to be add 100 owners, server owners in my change. By doing it manually, it's tough. But if I make a query in the background and call that query in my change scripting or change policies, it becomes easy for me to do the work. And again, as case by case basis, it can be done. Okay. Now the next concept, which is even I'm so much confused always, is called the principal CI class. Okay. What this mean? Principal CI class. Let me come here and see. This one. CI class, not class manager. What are the principal? Okay. Principal CI class, as I say that I always get confused with this. Okay. So how this work? Let me go here and open the CI class manager. Okay. And if you open the hierarchy, let's see, and click on the computer class. This is called the principal CI class. What they say, mark important classes as a principal. The CI belonging to this. The CI belonging to this class can be filtered from the list view of the configuration item table. So like if I come here and I'm just putting a what I can say, a way configuration items are there or not. So It used somewhere in the for the filtration purpose on the list view. If you want that this class should come for the filtration, then you can mark it as a tick box. Like I want to see, let's say I'm saying that I'm also confusing this particular concept always, that what practically it's doing, because if I tick this box, I'm not able to see that what changes be happening. Okay, let's do save here. So it says if you want to use this class as a filtration on the list view of the configuration item tables, like if I go here and let's say click computer and click all, and here if I want to be do a filtration, class is, so for this purpose it come if you take this box. So if you see here, only these many classes are there, but yesterday when we saw we have more than 716 classes.
So Atul, should we say, as the name goes, principal means important, right?
Important,
So
right?
it is just grouping all the important classes that we want. Should we
Correct.
say that?
Yes, because as I say that maybe it has 200. Yesterday we saw that we have 716 classes available in the CMDB. If I provide a user this 700 classes, it got mad. So better I should provide only few classes which is important for him or her for a day-to-day basis. Let's try to do one thing. Let's go here and CI class manager and open hierarchy. Let's see if maybe I learned this thing today. Click on the computer and remove this. And now let me reload this. See here. No, computer is still there. No, it isn't. It means it is not working here, but okay, CMDB underscore CI. Let's do this thing. Give it a try, because as I say that I'm always confused in this. Now you can see. And let's see will it work for us, because the class has been changed now. It's a core base class. Classes.
Atul, can we add that principal class as a column here to see?
No, because that is on the class manager level. This is the data. No, it is still showing here. I'm not sure that how it's work, but for us to be understand that class manager means, sorry, principal class means when you want to be mark any class as an important class. I thought it should work here, but we don't have this class as a tick box now, but still it is computer class is appearing here as well. So need to be checked that how actually working of this particular class is there. Okay, and this is data and that is schema. So you cannot bring that column. But if you go on the computer class, because see, you are putting this box on the class level, not on the record level. So there's no field exists on the record level for this one. Let me see, do we have this one? I doubt we have. No, we don't have that field here. Okay, so just for the understanding purpose, wait, let me remember one thing which is important. Okay, let me do one thing. I'm remembering. Let go here on the incident. Okay, let's click on the create new. This is my CA, right? Open it. Now I want to see the class and this. Do we have the class tick box? Okay, now let's do one thing. There is a property available. Okay, go to sys underscore properties.list. Okay, system, in the system property, there is a property called the principal class. This one, principal class filter, that on which particular table this filter will work. Like it's saying list comma separate value all the task type where the principal class filter will be applied on the configuration CMDB underscore CI field. It will be applied on the incident, incident task, problem, problem task, change, change request, and change tasks. Means when we do any filtration on the incident, change, or problem, and if a class is marked as a principal class, then it will display here. But I'm still in the doubt because my class is not a principal class. Computer is not a principal class, but still it is appearing here. How it's appearing, I doubtful, or I'm doing something wrong here. Or maybe because we are on the CMDB underscore CI table, right? So practically only when we have a class as a principal, only then it should appear for the filtration. No, something is wrong, I guess here, or maybe I'm missing some step. But for our understanding purpose, principal class, principal CI means when you mark this class as a special or important class and you want to use for the filtration on the problem, change, or the incident table with the help of that particular property here. Okay, then we can do the filtration here. Maybe I'll find out some working examples for that, maybe now 1 or 2 days, and I'll show that how this practically working. Because when I was reading this particular thing, I got confused that how it's working, where it's making the changes for me. And at last I said, okay, leave it. I just make it as a thing in my mind that principal class is something which you use for the filtration of the important classes on these levels or these tables, mainly on that particular part. Okay. Now, before we go to the next topic, it is always a well said. When a human being want to go to the next product, they start cursing the previous product. No, this is not good, that not good, it's very bad, all the things will be there. So what are the some pain areas in the CMDB? The main point is that there is no standard definition of the data. Maybe Anthony says CI is X. Ishwar says no, CI is Y. I said CI is Z. It means we three are not on the common page that what is the definition of a CI. Very major and important problem. There is no commonality between these products or these components which can be used across the enterprise. Like the same server can be used in HR, same servers can be used to host the financial applications, same server can be used to host some other application. So like for the HR, SLA is like 1 hour, but for the financial, for the same server, for the same CI, SLA is only 2 hours. Why there's a difference between these two? Okay. Then third, there's a no proper design that how the billing should be happen. If any server go down and due to HR change, financial also facing the issue, how this chargeability will be happen. Okay. And the last point, the last pain which I can say that how I can see that this particular model, this particular structure work for everybody. Tomorrow I build this infrastructure CMDB by taking the example of IT industry only or the IT department only. Tomorrow, if I need to be onboard my financial department on the service now, then how this can be happen? So to make this model as a standard, as a single code base or the single domain base or single data model base, these are the some loopholes or the not loopholes. These are some pain areas in the CMDB. And to overcome that particular problem, ServiceNow introduced the concept called the CSDM, Common Service Data Model. It is different than the CMDB, but these two, CMDB and CSDM, work hand in hand. They're not two separates. They're not two different friends of two different families. No, they are like brothers of a same family and supporting each other. And the pain areas, like there's a no standard definition, will be overcome in the CSDM part. So tomorrow we'll spend almost the first half on the CSDM to understand that what is CSDM, what are the key areas in that, because again it is a complete theoretical part, but CSDM is a hotcake in the market. Companies, customers are implementing CSDM nowadays. So we need to be understand the basics so that we can proceed further on that particular part. Any question before I stop or close the recording for today?
Not related to the CSDM, but are we going to practice something on it related to CSDM and like then CMDB as well as today? Like you were doing a lot of things together, but can
See,
we?
if you want, I can give you some guidelines or something like create a CI of the different classes, make a relationship, see the dependency graph, how it should look like, make a different kind of relationship, remove the relationship. These are things which you can do in this particular part.
Okay.
Mainly just to be put it to your question, Anuj, this is a implementation training. Here we do little less hands-on, but do more on the understanding perspective that how this can be implemented. But definitely it is always a good to do the hands-on as well. So go and check the different classes of the CMDB, like server, computer, network, create single or two CIs in that, make a relationship in that. See what is child, what is parent, how the graph look like, upward relationship, downward relationship. You can go and open this form as well. CI relationship. Let me open this and show you. Do little R&D on this part. There's no relationship. Click on the settings and see what these are doing. Change the value from flat to tree, split to merge, 3 to 5. You will see that how the data is getting changing here.
Okay.
It's like an open book for you. What you want to read, you can read it in the CMDB.
Okay.
Okay. Stop the recording and we'll take quick attendance now.